metaphysical friends. The times they are changing. These are important moments in our lives. The planets are aligning like they have never done so before. So we have to be prepared physically, of course, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. This is going to be the most important season of your life. This springtide has no intention of being like the nostalgic springtides that you could recall from days gone by. The equinox box has opened, and the light that it is emitting is blinding. Go out tonight and observe the moon. As it crosses the beautiful black sky, you'll notice it sways with Jupiter and Venus, and currently even I believe it's Saturn. Anyway, the stars are saying things, if you're one of those people that are listening. The times are absolutely not the way they were before, and you can feel it. We're living at an accelerated rate. Everything's changed. It's obvious. It's plain and simple. It's the truth. So, take this week in your arms and look it straight in the eyes. Love this season with all your might. Don't expect another spring. This is the beginning of the beginning. There's something in the air. So that's it. Everything is different. And while we're filming this video, Pluto has gone retrograde. Do you think Mercury retrograde creates a bump in the road? Well, boy, let me tell you, when Pluto goes retrograde, there's no exaggeration. It's a life or death situation. And that's what's happening in the energy fields as all of the planets are, as you know, aligning. So, Pluto goes direct as I speak to you. And it will, retrograde as I speak to you. And it will stay retrograde until September 18th. That's the week of the autumn equinox. So here I'm speaking to you post-spring equinox, and we're going to go through this major planet. Now, it's not like Saturn, where it's sort of just a sobering life lesson, or Mercury, where your technology doesn't work. This is it. This is a punch in the black hole of space. This is a vibrational field that disperses everything. It's going to make the spirit realm that much more apparent, and it's going to vacuum up a lot of vibrational fields. It's going to change everything. And we must attend to the cards to determine at what level this will indeed be amplified. Okay, so let's take a look at what the vibrational fields have to say. And as we said before, this is intense energy. It isn't the kind of vibrational field where you can just be look, oh my God, I'm even noticing that the vibrations, the cards themselves are already misbehaving. They're flying out of the deck. We'll get that in a minute. That's an important card, but it's not going to change the Grand Trine. What it's going to do is amplify the Grand Trine. So, we'll wait on that baby. But in the meantime, let's take a look at what today's Grand Trine represents as we move into perhaps the last spring of our lives. The vibrational field says this, number 1. You see it first. The energies suggest prayers that are sent to heaven. So I'm already happy to report just what I had expected. I know the Mayan calendar is saying it's all going to be over in 2012, but you know, I'm not so keen on the Mayan calendar to begin with. I'm sorry who I offend, but I'm not interested in the bloodlust. I'm not interested in the sacrifices. I don't know what to make of their freaking calendar, other than I've done enough readings to know we're going to make it through 2012 and into a 2013, the year of snake. That's very different than what we've ever experienced before. Times are a-changing. But the good news already is your prayers can be sent to heaven. So start praying to the gods, the goddess, and God. Can't see any reason why God can't redeem us and honor our request if our requests are goodly. The second of the vibrational fields then say this. I have to take that one though. Okay, so the killifish that jumped out of the deck says this. Okay, it's the rabbits. But the year of the golden rabbit was 2011. And as I might have said in previous videos, the dragon year, although it's been a dragon year since around February of 2012, it's really not a dragon year. That dragon paw, that scaled paw, doesn't come into play until spring. Then you start to feel what the energy feels like. And you can see it coursing through my veins. It's intense. But we're still coming off of the atmosphere of how we think in a rabbit year, how we process things. And we're apparently, though, to some extent, still doing that. Process wisely. Okay. And the third, the grand trine. The helix today says this. Okay. Interesting. It's male energy. And maybe to some extent it's the male principle. I know what's happening in society recently. After eons of the goddess energy, and then the takeover of yang energy, almost to the point of worldly destruction, the goddess has returned, and the feminine principle has returned to us all in 2012. But that doesn't mean we neglect the male concept once more. The ideology, the idea is balance the yin and yang energy, and we move into rather a vibrational field that brings us great beauty and great balance. So it's reminding us, don't chuck the male principle, reinvent it. I've always felt like I've been sort of a reinvented dude myself. But that said, let's take a look at the vibe that fell to the floor. And by the way, it's just simply the one that in any video you've seen recently, and as I've done for all my clients, everyone gets it. The Pandora's box. It's what I mentioned when I started this vibrational field of the equinox box has opened, and it's emitting a light that's blinding. The mythology generally goes like this. The female principle, Pandora or Eve, is told, we're going to put you in this room with the box of knowledge, or this apple of knowledge. Eve or Pandora, don't eat it, don't take it, and certainly don't give it to Adam. And what's the story, of course? Of course she's supposed to do it. You've got to. Who's not going to embrace knowledge? So we are moving into now the true auspices of 2012. We are becoming illuminated. We are the Atlanteans. But the difference between us now and the Atlanteans is we have the crystals, we have the robotics, we have the knowledge, but now we have to use it wisely. May we all. I love you all. I want the best for each and every one.